Welcome to Super Chats. I'm Nick.
I'm Cameron.
I'm Carlos.
And this week, more bad news. Worse than ever.
This is literally the worst news we've ever covered.
I think so.
It's pretty fucking up. Let's not. There's no way to bury the lead, is there, gentlemen?
No, we gotta jump right in on. It's only the only thing everyone's talking about. Selen has been terminated by Nijisanji English, and there's been a lot that's gone into this. There's been a ton of information that's been coming out. Information is still coming out. Whenever you watch this, it'll be a few days after we've recorded it, and I'm sure there's a whole lot of information that is new that we have been trying to keep up on. You can see our live reactions on Twitter sometimes. That's about the best I can tell you, because there's a new twist and a new turn and something more abhorrent every time
I open my phone,
a web browser.
It's like I open whatever social media every hour and there's something new.
Yeah.
My Twitter recommended is nothing but people dunking on this situation. So I think it's important. Let's lay down the groundwork. I feel like it's important for those who somehow don't know what's going on, just to kind of lay down the context. So yesterday, right, I have a bad sense of time. It was at apparently at 7:30 JST time. Reddit people and other folk started to notice that Selen was removed from the talent page of Nijisanji's website. Mm-hmm. Shortly following this, they had also noticed that her videos were being privated in real time. You can scroll in the Nijisanji Reddit and watch Dragoons in real time. Watch Solen's account be erased, video by video, because to my knowledge, the only way to private videos on a channel is to do it one at a time. Either that or delete the channel. So they watched them all go away. Every single VOD was privated from her YouTube channel. Following this, at around 5 a.m. EST time, Nijisanji decided at last to terminate Selen. This is following, of course, an already horrible environment for Nijisanji fans, as we have bared witness to several high-profile separations, several graduations,
terminations,
etc.
There's basically 7 big ones that have happened in recent memory.
It has only been picking up the pace. It began with like 1, and then it was a second one, but it was clear what was going on with them. And then it was like 2 at a time out of nowhere. And then it was Pomu. And now
it's Selen. And I mean, like, at the same time, we were seeing graduations 3 and 4 at a time when it came to the former Indonesian branch. Mm-hmm. So it's been, the Indonesian branch got rolled into the EN branch. They didn't really like that or appreciate it, I'm assuming, because most of them basically are gone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Depending on how many branches you pay attention to, they have been losing about 1 member a month, if not more, for a year now.
Yep. And there's a ton of Japanese talent for Nijisanji. That is their bread and butter. That's where their home really is. And the EN branch has just been like hemorrhaging talent, especially recently. They're basically just bleeding all over the place right now.
And not even like low profile, like all of their top talent.
Yes. So putting it into perspective, it's already a bad time to be a fan of like Nijisanji EN's branch. It's just not a great time for it.
we were already at a point where collectively as a podcast, where all 3 of us have very varied tastes and watch very different VTubers, where none of us felt secure watching Nijisanji. This is just the ultimate, like, gosh, I don't know, like the pin that breaks the camel's back. It's even worse considering...
This is like a boulder that broke the camel's back, though.
The worst part is we all, deep in our hearts, knew this was coming. We all thought Selen was going to quit, but we did not expect a termination, nor did we expect the way that any color would decide to handle this.
Yeah, I think from the moment that the hospitalization thing came to light back in December still, it was either late December or early January when that part happened, we all sort of saw the writing on the wall, I feel like. And nobody wants to be a doomsayer. Nobody wants to be like, oh, well, that's that. But like, it was not a great situation at all.
I will say we've avoided talking about it other than the initial events. Because,
we gave like 1 or 2 updates maybe, but that's about it.
Because we don't want to keep up with like nothing but rumors and speculation, doomsaying. We don't want that.
We are not a tabloid. We are 3 grown-ass men who have like other things occurring in our lives, and we're trying not to gossip. We could play the algorithm game. We could even try harder to be very accurate about the gossip. I watch a lot of YouTubers who still read the gossip and do a very good job coming out with clean takes, but we don't typically do that. We wait, and God doesn't feel bad when all of our worst suspicions are confirmed.
Yeah.
So I think it would be good to give a little more grounding. We should probably start to go over that termination.
Yeah, and I mean that's the big thing right now is obviously Selen's been termed. It's not a great thing just from the word go, just from the fact that she's been terminated. But when you get into the details, the reasoning, the story of it, the events that played out, frankly, there's a lot here. Some of it is going to be very uncomfortable for people to hear or talk about. YouTube has this thing where they suppress certain things, certain terms that are used and things like that. And so it's a question of how far this will even go for us. But we're going to talk about everything up front. There's going to be discussions of self-harm and things of that ilk. So if that makes you uncomfortable, then I don't blame you at all for not hanging out and talking about it with us. So just be forewarned. This is the boilerplate. This is the only one you're getting for this episode. There's going to be serious discussions of difficult topics.
I want you to take note. This is the first time we felt like we had to put a warning.
Yeah. Exactly. And I'm not one to truly like mince words about the events that happened either. Like, we're going to get there. We're going to really talk about it. And frankly, it involves a suicide attempt, which is difficult at the best of times to talk about. And whenever it's somebody that you value as an entertainer, let alone as a human being, it's very difficult to even think about it. So
I'll just be upfront with it. We have no intention to ever cover anything Nijisanji related from here on out.
Yeah. Like,
not really.
Unless it's something like majorly big.
If there's big news, like, we can talk about it, I feel like, but we're not going to be seeking out things. We're not going to be making it a priority. That's for darn sure. We already weren't huge on a lot of the Nijisanji talent. Like, I have a few that I really like. I'm subscribed to Rosemi, and a few others. But I think that for the most part, until we see real actionable change occur at Nijisanji, there's no real reason for us to talk about a whole lot of the stuff related to them.
They always got the lion's share of the profit cuts.
Yeah.
Well, 2 out of 3 that I even paid any attention to are gone now.
Yep.
So
Same here.
It's getting really hard to care in the first place whenever all the talent keeps leaving. Yes. So, do we want to get started on where Selen's termination came about?
Right. So, just like my last prep work, because I love building anticipation, this is probably the worst white background black text on Twitter I've ever read. This is just so bad.
It's like 3 whole pages.
And all of it is garbage, in my opinion. So we'll get started on this. Like I said, it was around like 5 a.m. my time. It's the first thing I saw when I woke up in the morning. Nijisanji on their official English Twitter just posted an announcement that they would be parting ways with Selen, citing behaviors they did not approve. I tried to read over the document day of, and I'm not even kidding. My eyes couldn't like bear the blunt of what I was reading, but Carlos has very, very kindly read and cited this very heavily, which I greatly appreciate this labor.
I read through the whole thing and pointed out very important parts that I thought was worth mentioning.
I read through it like twice, and I had no reading comprehension of it. It might as well have been infinite jest. I couldn't do it. So it starts off with some very vague corporation talk, which is just a lot of finger pointing and saying, we are terming her, it's her fault. This is already a very difficult stance to take since Selen is a popular creator on your platform. She also has a lot of community support, especially considering what you've been targeting has been community efforts she made If we're discussing the tournament she was trying to put together, the music video that was heavily community-centric, has not put a good taste in people's mouth, and they're not prepared to have Selen be framed as the bad guy in this situation.
She literally won multiple awards at the VTuber Awards.
This is your gamer. So one of the big parts was how they laid out the activity roles for affiliated livers. We got a helpful quote here. Affiliate livers can safely perform their activities with the support of fans and various stakeholders. It is essential for both our livers and our company to unite and adhere to compliance with the activity rules. This, of course, referring to their belief that Selen wasn't really following the rules, which, in my opinion, often seemed to be sprung upon her at the last possible moment.
So I kind of want to talk about this in general. Indie VTubers are obviously a lot freer to make their own rules, set their own schedules, do their own things. Once you join a corporation, there are rules. That's the same of any corporation you join at any point in your life, any job that you get, there are rules that you have to adhere to. And it's not uncommon for a lot of these rules to simply be ignored by a lot of people, or for the rules to not really make sense, to be overlapping, to be overly confusing, to be very restrictive in certain regards. And frankly, that is something that whenever you join a company, you have to agree to. But whenever the rules are so vague and so unevenly applied as to not even exist in the first place, it seems, in a lot of cases like this, it's very difficult for the talents to know what's going on. And we saw this with at least one other talent that graduated in the past year. They came out and they were like, yeah, the management doesn't seem to really be working across the board the way that it's intended. And this seems to just reinforce that point, because it seems like a lot of these rules didn't really make sense to begin with. But their firm standpoint that they came out with here is she didn't follow the rules.
Yeah.
Which we can get more into here.
Yeah, they cite specific rules they feel as though she went against. A big one, which is one of the easiest to disprove. I guess we are confrontational. We're not agreeing with any of this. A lack of communication with creators resulting in delays in Santatsuki's commission payments to creators. Creators have come out of the woodworks. People she has worked with directly who have cited Nijisanji not showing up to pay the bill, which Selen would often take upon herself to pay for. As well, Selen is cited as being very communicative, easy to work with, and generally pleasant.
So yes, this is the first, very obvious and repeated indication that what they're saying here doesn't live up to what they're claiming, basically, right?
They're claiming a lot of things in this document. Several of them can be easily disproven by anybody that is actually outside of the company that has had to work with them.
But yeah, you will not struggle to find creators who agree that Selen was very easy to work with. In fact, it appears we have citations in the documentation proving such a case.
So we've already gone from the company is saying that there are rules and you have to follow to, okay, but everybody else is saying that that's not all right, that the people that have interacted directly with her and the company are already saying, yeah, but that's not actually what's happening here.
So if we even go back and look at many of the other people that have left the company in the last year, we'll start with the very beginning with Zion. A lot of people don't like Zion. She has said a lot of things that people don't agree with, but a lot of the things that she has said have come out and have been very similar to things that have happened to other people now, like Selen, and have proven to be probably true.
This is what I was alluding to just a moment ago with other members, is Zion came out of the woodwork after she graduated or got termed. I don't even remember exactly which. But either way, she separated from the company, and she was like, management there is terrible.
Specifically, I'm talking about how I remember when we talked about this before, and she's like, management at Nijisanji has a habit of saying something, approving things, and then changing their mind afterwards and making the talents apologize and then redo things or change things after.
Right.
So,
which has been, it's part of what appears to have been happening to Selen.
So immediately now we're at a point where if something happens one time, that's an incident. If it happens 2 times, now there's sort of a pattern. And with the number of graduations, And especially with the fact that Pomu, whenever she was graduating, came out with the fact that she had been denied an opportunity and not even told about it until after the fact. That she was unable to chase the creative endeavors that she wanted to, that she was directly denied permission to do things that she had planned for. Now we've got 3 people saying similar things, and it's like, okay, we've got an actual pattern.
Because it's not even just Pomu, because it was Nina and Mista both have said similar things, that they just left the company because they were allowed to do basically nothing that they wanted to do, and they were overstressed doing things that the company was making them do.
And with Mista, and I'm just not willing to mince terms and try and be coy and cute about this, who is now Canine Kuro. Like, we're just going to say it, because past lives, for this discussion, everything is in effect, right? I'm just going to put that out there. He actually said that one of the other reasons he left Nijisanji was because he was so deeply in tax debt and didn't have any help or support for it, that he ended up talking to Iron Mouse about it, and she put him in contact with Gunrun, the CEO of V Shoujo, who is a different company and owed him no allegiance and provided more financial support, aid, and guidance than he ever received from Nijisanji, apparently. To the point where he said, fuck it, I'm jumping ship. I'm with you guys now. Yeah. And if that's not mismanagement of your talent, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you have to do everything for your talent, but if your talent is that deep in tax debt, like, you got to look at it and be like, well, we got to do something. You know, like, if you're their manager. Yeah. Like, that's part of your job, is to keep your talent alive and afloat, right? Like,
I texted my boss that I was up late and I need to come in 2 hours late. He said yes. 5 hours later, he posted on X that I was being terminated.
Yeah, like, I understand that it is a job and it is a company, and like, your boss doesn't owe you anything in particular, but if you want to be a good manager and get the best out of your talent, then you got to like actually take care of your talent and pay attention to them and stuff, you know? Yeah. But anyway, so that all comes back around. At this point, again, we've said this in the past. We said this 2 weeks ago with Pomu, or a week ago, whatever it was. Time's a flat circle. None of it makes sense to me.
I miss her.
Me too. We all miss her.
But then even tying it back into like this, and tying it back to this activity rules for affiliated livers. And the important points that I found from this were, you know, working for the stakeholders, which is a very bad idea to ever mention your stakeholders in things like these, and also adhering to compliance. Those are the 2 things that they drill home in this really hard.
And all right, listen. Japanese companies have a very specific way of wording things, where the stakeholder is the king because that's what you're working for, right? Mm-hmm. And so they tend to just talk about that all the time. And yeah, in the Western world, nobody cares about the stakeholders. We care about the talent. That's just where it is. It's a different viewpoint, I feel like, is where that is.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that a little bit more later, too.
Yeah, and so this is just not helping. You are focusing on the wrong part whenever you're just bringing this information out.
Yeah. Because the other thing that they mention, it's like every single paragraph of the entire 3 pages of this, is all they keep talking about is their reputation. Yes. It got, after reading 3 whole pages of them, and every single paragraph of of every page was our reputation. They're hurting our reputation. We're protecting our reputation. That's all they cared about.
Yeah. And it goes to show you that they don't care. They don't put any emphasis on taking care of their talent at any point.
No, they actually actively do the opposite multiple times.
And that's the only way to actually have a decent reputation, is to treat your people well. That's it. There's no fucking secrets here. Is if you treat people well, you'll garner a good reputation naturally, and you won't have to worry about it. Just be decent. That's literally it. Mm-hmm. Like,
if you really want to make the comparison that it's not always the best thing to do. But the best comparison you can make right now is with Hololive. Hololive is known for also being extremely, extremely hard to work for because they're under very, very hyper strict rules. But at the same time, like almost every single member of the entire EN branch has taken a vacation in the last 2 months.
Yes. And they at certain points, I know because, again, there is a certain point where there are variants in management types. And I get that there are different managers that focus on different places, that work with different people, and there's always going to be some level of variance. But it seems pretty across the board that if your talents burn out, you got to get them to take a break. Mm-hmm. Like, that just makes sense.
It's completely opposite mindset we're seeing from other equivalent companies because they're a Japanese company too.
Yeah.
And they actively try and help their talents when they need it.
And that's just it. I think that Cameron, where are you at right now? What are you thinking? I want to hear what's in your brain right this second. You've been quiet. And I don't like it. It's unnatural.
There's been a lot of ranting.
Yeah. I'm just in the place where it's like, we still got a whole Twitter announcement to go.
I know.
We've got like 8 more paragraphs.
We're on bullet point 2 still.
I think that's it. Yeah, we got 15 pages here to go.
That's my emotion. Is like,
okay, so
if we're gonna get through, we got to get through it.
All right, let's get back to.
We'll move on to the next one.
So anyway,
we have a lot to be upset about.
Where that point started, where we were at, was that there was lack of communication with payments to creators and stuff, and basically a lot of people have come out and been like, "Yeah, Nijisanji never paid us, so Selen paid us out of pocket."
Yeah, lol, Lamal. Fucking.
Congrats! Yeah. You thought people wouldn't say anything, I guess, Nijisanji? Good job. Well played. Let's go.
Yeah. There's a couple of sides to this, too. The fact that Niji has been doing this to other creators, and so more than likely, this is probably one of the things that they considered a negative as a Japanese company. Because they were probably like, okay, we are working with these creators. They are on our schedule. We are the bosses. They will get paid when we say they get paid. And Selen and the creators wait months and nothing gets done. So she just pulls out her wallet and hands them the money and pays for it. Well, then that's going under the company and doing things without permission, technically.
There you go. So that's the next thing is she's trying to take care of people and they find it insulting. Generally, is what I'm taking away from that. Right?
The best comparison I can make of this was from my own job. I worked 10 years ago. I worked for a tech company, just a corporate retail one, and I won't say where, but you wouldn't guess it anyway. But we were selling cell phones. We weren't really big on it. One of the things that I was required to do when they were doing a hard push for cell phones was I was supposed to ask every customer that walked in the door if they wanted to check if their cell phone was eligible for an upgrade. And I had one customer ask me, "Okay, but what are you going to do with my phone number whenever you take it?" And I said, "Well, we shouldn't do anything." And I went and asked my manager, and he said, "Oh, we're absolutely going to keep it, and we're going to call them." And I went back to the customer, and she said, "Okay, you can't call me, though. Don't call me. Don't do anything." And the manager had told me, "Just lie to her. just say no, we're not doing anything." And I would be listening to the company, but I would just be screwing over everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like one of those catch-22 situations where you got to pick where your loyalty lies in that. And
that sounds like what Niji wants their talents to do. They want them to listen to every word they say, regardless of what it does to other people.
There you go. I mean, that's frankly what the takeaway seems to be right now. All right. Next bullet point. What are we at?
So this is a big standout for me. And this is a part that really got under my skin. And this is just a good catch-all. Niji states that they were worried that Selen might damage their reputation. Generally speaking, whenever you fire someone, especially someone who's a public face and someone who you have gone out of your way to build parasocial relationships with, you should be very careful when you throw them under the bus. And you should also be very careful to state yourself as though you are an individual who can be harmed. It comes across as selfish. It may damage your relationship with the audience you continue to seek to build. So throughout this document, they say Selen was trying to damage us and our reputation. To which, I would frankly reply to you should do more for your own reputation by maybe being kinder to one of your lead talents, your award-winning talent.
Nurture them.
She has done literally nothing to hurt their reputation at all.
She has defended them.
She has actively done the opposite.
Selen is one of the few Nijisanji livers I was aware of. So everything you did to her really colored my perception of your company. Alongside that, apparently they had also been trying to terminate her for a little while since May of 2023, but they were worried again about reputational damage. Good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Here's where we get to something juicier, a genuine contradiction. Look out, Mr. Right. They admit to taking down Selen's music video. Was it the Last Cup of Coffee one?
Yes.
Yeah.
This was her Lily Pichu cover.
Cover of Lily Pichu. Where previously in the document they said we did not private the video, and Selen was being slanderous by stating this, allegedly. Where they then went on to say we did private the video because it did not suit our standards for the approval process.
Yeah, so they both admitted to taking the video down and also blaming Selen for publicly announcing that they took the video down.
Yeah, they considered that to be not good. On top of that, they're also very cross with her that she encouraged her fans to upload the video elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That the second she included that in her tweet on Last Cup of Coffee, I accepted that we were going to be seeing Selen be versus this company for a long time. That is not a thing you include at the end of your sentence. Imagine if, next week, Dune 2 comes out and gets canceled, and then the director of Dune 2 hits Twitter and say, steal the movie. That's a bad sign.
And to be fair, Weird Al Yankovic did that.
That's because Weird Al's fucking based.
He is based. He's based as fuck. But yeah, that's basically what happened was, Nijisanji management did something. Selen put out a statement that said, they did this. You can find it if you look for it. And then they were like, how dare you tell people that we did what we did? What were you thinking? Our reputation has been damaged by us being assholes and you telling on us.
Why didn't you think about us? Ugh. It's sickening, in my opinion. This was the first time I got upset. And this is when my eyes started to glaze over at 6:22 a.m. as I prepare for my desk job. I did not play the funny haha Marine song on the way to work that day. I drove in silence. This crashed me back down to earth. This was miserable.
This statement, and we're going to come back to this again at some point before too long, but I wouldn't take a lot of what's in this statement as fact. Personally, and this is a personal standpoint, I'm not telling you how to feel, I don't take any of it as fact. I take it as covering their tracks to the best of their ability and really fucking that up too.
This document is way too defensive for what it should be.
If it's almost weird, the tone of it, because it's accusatory and defensive, and it really should have just been like, she's gone. That literally, all they had to do was put out a statement that said, we have terminated our contract.
You have no idea how much cooler I would be with this document if all it said is, we have terminated her. This is because she was encouraging people to re-upload this video. We apologize for the confusion, etc.
Yeah.
This should have just been one page and should have been as carefully worded as humanly possible. They could learn a lesson from how Hololive does theirs, because theirs still upset me, but it's so stark and straightforward.
It's written as actual legal, not just this weird pseudo legal.
And Hololive is actually good at repairing their reputation. They've done a couple of things that have upset me, and I'm still watching them and still kind of smiling. When I'm down, I think of Yago and I go, he's still doing it. Why can't I?
He's out here doing the best he can.
I don't think of Nijisanji and go, just like them. They're just like me. No, they're not. IMO. So let's see.
Did you have something, Carlos?
It's just the music video portion of this is just a complete disastrous mess, honestly. Because nobody knows exactly what to believe on this. There's so much finger pointing about it, and I genuinely don't believe most of what Nijisanji says, like, as a company anymore.
It's really hard to.
Yeah. I remember there's a part of the document, I don't see a bullet point that exactly addresses it, where they say that like they were anticipating Selen issuing a counter statement, that she was threatening to post something declaring her unhappiness with the company in its current state. I think they had said they were anticipating that, so this in part was a counter movement. You know, great move, lock her Twitter before she can say anything. But I'd really, really like to get to this point, because nothing upsets me more about this document than this following point. The part where they say she claimed that she was no longer able to engage in her activities as a liver due to the decisions made by Any Color, and was being harassed by other affiliated livers due to management. Now, I'd like to point out, someone on Twitter had looked at the original Japanese version, and this part in particular was phrased entirely different. I think in that, they actually alleged that she was giving other livers a hard time, but it's much too late. This one line has done more damage to Nijisanji than anything I've ever seen.
And the worst part is that the damage being caused by this line is not to the company. It is to the company, but it's also to the talents themselves, because it stirred the pot and it started people pointing fingers at not just the company, but at the people working there, at the actual talent.
So here's a great idea. Hire an English speaker if you don't have one already. Have them read the document, and you should ask them, will this start a witch hunt? If it will, you should avoid publishing it and perhaps remove one line, because this one line has led to so much harassment that we are seeing across the board. I am taking weeks-long breaks until this stuff dies down. Strangely enough, I'm not in the mood to live stream while a bunch of people come out of the woodwork alleging me of harassment and claiming I'm the reason Selen left.
It's really, really bad right now. There's at least 5 or 6 of them that have announced breaks. And it's especially bad because there's a couple of Nijisanji talents that have been well-known defenders of management. And they are not having a good time right now.
Generally speaking, yes.
You should not be harassing them at all for any reason. But because they have been kind to Nijisanji management publicly in the past, they are feeling it.
Yeah. So, and again, I posted this earlier today. Don't point your fingers at the talent. Don't attack talent. It's never a good thing to do. If they say something you disagree with, be civil about it. Don't just attack people blindly. Don't go into their chats and just spit vitriol. A lot of people are very upset and are very hurt right now, but you gotta choose where you put your anger. And it's basically, if you're gonna be attacking the people that are still working there, it's not going to result in anything better for anyone that's still working there. You cannot attack the talent. Those are the people that are still talent at Nijisanji are not the enemy here. And if anything, you're just making it worse for everybody else. Like,
and I genuinely don't believe that it was talents doing harassment anyway. It's possible it could have been, but I genuinely believe it's management throwing everybody under the bus, hoping that it directs some of the negativity away from the company.
That's it.
In both the Japanese version where they allege it's Selen herself who was doing the bullying, and the English version where they're alleging everyone else did it, both versions have no receipts, no evidence, and also benefit the company by throwing the blame onto anyone but them. You are management. Your duty is to make sure the people who are putting together an entertainment product are getting along. If they're not being friendly to each other, you should help be the final voice to resolve issues. There should be no hint of hypocrisy from you. There should be no doubt in your judgment. The damage you have done with this one statement is irreversible.
It holds within it the potential of everyone else being abused out of Nijisanji now by the public that they are trying to entertain.
Yeah.
You're forcing your own people to endure this stuff now because you made a careless statement, and that is just the worst thing.
You know what Hololive didn't write in their termination request? We think she's cheating on her husband.
Like, that shit was not part of it. Like,
you don't bring that up. If you don't have hard evidence and it's not the hard reason, you can keep the small stuff to yourself. It's a PNG on Twitter. You could put Crash Bandicoot in the corner. It would do less damage. Whoa.
This is, and again, like, people are hurt. They're going to attack. And, like, because of this, they're, like, directing their anger in the wrong places, in my opinion.
How are you running a social media company that focuses on the idol industry and the fan bases you create, and yet you don't know how to control fandom reaction?
Yeah. To make this even worse, too, while all of this was happening, this statement where they were saying that she was making demands of them and claiming that there was harassment going on. So going back to the whole attempt thing that we mentioned earlier,
which was the only thing that she reacted with at this point. After Nijisanji's statement came out, which was 3 pages long, Selen's alternative persona, which we're just going to name because, again, there's no holding back at this point.
Go to the Nijisanji Reddit. It's the top post.
Doki Bird is the name of her alternative account. Just literally tweeted, like made 2 or 3 tweets, I think.
Yeah.
Providing additional context from her point of view.
Yeah. And she just straight up said she made an attempt on her own life.
Yeah.
And the timeline for this, by the way, whenever she came out and was saying, hey, I was being harassed, you have to do something about this, they were prying her over this while she was still in the hospital.
Now, I won't lie. When the post first came out where she said, I'm in the hospital, I just got my phone back. Sorry, I couldn't say anything. This is immediately what I assumed.
Yeah.
Because whenever you make an attempt, they take your phone.
I'll say this. We both had that thought.
We both did. We didn't.
Carlos, were you on the same page basically too?
Pretty much.
There are not a lot of things that you will be taken into a hospital for, have your phone removed from you, and you are not allowed to leave for several days. An attempt on your own life is one of those things. There's just not a whole lot of other things unless you're unconscious.
And
right?
for how sudden it was, too.
Yes.
It seemed to happen right after what one may consider to be a low point in her career.
Yes. And again, on her Doki Bird account at that point, she said that she had taken a $15,000 loss, and at least 6 months of work went into this video that was removed, and there was no indication it would ever go up again, right? It's a low point. That hurts a lot. It's a really bad place to be. It's one of those things where we can all look at that and we can be like, that all adds up, and it's not great. We would never say or insinuate any of these things on our podcast without someone having said that this happened first. We're not a primary source for her, and that's why we didn't even insinuate it. We went with what was written on the page at that point. And I'm glad we did, even though like now we have more information and more context, and we can definitively say, yes, this is what happened. That's something you never want to speculate about.
We do not speculate. We just parrot sentiment.
There you go.
She told us what to feel. We agreed to it. In my mind, that's always a part of the VTuber contract. This is an idol. Every single thing they say is sugar-coated and peer-reviewed. If you wish to participate in watching VTubers, you have to take them for their word, and you have to be polite about it. The people who speculate immediately, I feel like they're not really playing by the rules, and it's kind of dirty.
That's where you. This is where you go into Drama Channel territory.
Yeah, and
because
I'm never a
anybody
fan.
that would have insinuated this before there was actual statements from the talent they're farming clicks, bro. That's where they're at. We have a holistic way of farming clicks around here. Alternatively,
Yeah.
we believe in farm to table clicks. We believe in nurturing and raising our clicks with care, and hand harvesting them. They're purely organic clicks. Because our numbers would be a lot better if we fucking paid for them.
Our clicks don't even know what popcorn smells like.
That's true.
Our clicks have never even been near a woman.
Yes.
They're hard. Good bit, solid bit.
Sorry, that's a heavy point to start trying to lighten the mood. I know, but you can only deal with so much in a stint before something has to like give a little bit.
Unfortunately, I would like to lead this into the next half of this statement that they made, because they had said, that we would just finish talking about Selen made these demands to them while she was still in the hospital, saying, "I was being harassed. This is what happened." And what was their response to it? And quote from their document: "This led to the deterioration of relationship between her, Any Color, and other livers affiliated with Any Color. Any Color believes that we and the other livers under our affiliation have not engaged in unjust practices towards her." She literally tried to take her own life, and whenever she said, "I was being bullied by you and I needed help," and they just said, "No, we're not doing anything. It's your fault."
I believe the modern response to this is gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Basically, it is just the company is just gaslighting, and they're saying we did nothing wrong. This is something that everybody is just claiming things at this point. It's he said, she said at the best of situations, but I'm a lot more tempted at this point, whenever we've seen like 7 contradictions so far in this 3-page document, to just go, okay, yeah, I don't believe you. Selen seems like a much more trustworthy source at this point. And as you're only worried about one thing, your reputation, and your reputation of not allowing bullying or fostering it or anything like that, it seems like you would do anything to protect that and nothing to protect the people involved. Again. So I'm not going to trust the company's statement on this. That's my personal standpoint.
I think the company has made a mistake and assumed that we as fans have a stake in the company. Think of it this way. Let's say you wake up tomorrow and Hololive is gone. Where is it gone? Oh, all the VTubers are still there. Hololive's just gone. It's like, okay, do they still get money? Yes, they get it from the money well. They're fine. All right, so everything's normal.
Is Yako okay?
Oh, Yago's fine. He retired very peacefully.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
A-chan's a little bit broken up, but she's going to be okay.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Like-
Sora needs her.
The company is great, especially when you consider how much work they will put in to make things fun. But the company is the first thing we're willing to not like.
Yes.
It's a gross gray blob of cubicles and angry men who disagree with you on Discord.
It's a nice bonus if it's treating the people well. But past that, the second that it's not treating the people we care about well, don't care about it, don't want it, don't know, icky, bad, gross. Like,
if it's good, you get a funny fishman and Rin Penrose asking for the credit card. If it's bad, you get fucking this.
yes. Now, again, I'd like to bring things back around a little bit here just for a second and say that this is a very serious situation from the ground up. Nijisanji's document does not seem to hold any water as far as I'm concerned personally. Carlos?
There's a few things where they are definitely legally in the right. Morally, I would say not. Even the things they are legally right on.
Cameron?
This ain't it, Chief.
There you go. Selen was in such a ridiculously bad place because of where she was at her job that she attempted an early exit of her mortal coil And by that, I'm doing a half dodge of the algorithm by saying that she attempted to kill herself. Like, there's not a good way to say this. No one should ever be in that situation because of their job. No one should ever be in that situation ever. It's horrendous, frankly. And so it's incredibly serious. Everyone taking her side is doing it for a lot of really good reasons. But the basics of it is she was in a terrible place and her job did not only not help, it seems to have made everything worse for her. To the point where she hit a breaking point when something she'd worked on for months of time and invested a lot of her own money into, by all accounts, was taken away from her. And that pushed her past the edge. I'm pretty sure that we're all in at least agreement on the basic facts of that here.
And it hasn't even stopped, because after the worst of the worst happened, they've continued to just kick her down anyway.
And then they took her and threw her under the bus. Exactly.
Yeah.
And they removed her from the company. It's fucking confusing how this can happen.
And of course, like, the one thing someone pointed out that to me is the fucking dirtiest is they took down. It's why I was very deliberate with how I started. They took down the VODs before they announced she was gone, so no one could archive anything she did.
Yes.
I know there are still archives out there.
There are, because a lot of people saw this coming.
Delicious bastards who fucking archived the shit out of her videos. There's a website.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Clippers are always the MVPs. We always offer out as much respect as we can for them, and this is a whole nother effort on top of it.
Clippers, you are the most important fucking part of this whole ecosystem. Because sure, sometimes, like, in the aquarium ecosystem, you're the catfish eating the weird little bits and speculating about cup size. But when the water's down, people can get on your fucking back.
Yes.
That's why we feed you the weird stuff, so you can grow big enough for us. And you know what? You do it willingly. God bless the fucking Clippers. What a hard-ass job.
100%. The most dedicated part of the community.
We're the podcasters. We don't get a spot.
We hang out in the weird corner, and people are just like,
eat the gravel.
I don't have two hours to spend this week listening to these assholes.
Eats gravel. Oh my God, 2 subscribes.
Yeah, that's about it.
It's the best day ever. Eats more gravel.
We see you, Ransom. We see you, gaming dreamer.
You're the only reason I'm here, dude.
You guys are bros.
We're sitting right here as the drama tubers are sitting like in the corner as close as possible to us as we try and stay away.
The drama tubers are doing great, and they're throwing pebbles in the fan to try to clog the water.
Yep.
Just like in Finding Nemo.
Thank you. The seminal masterpiece that it is.
Timeless.
So, again, there's nothing cool about this situation. It's all fucked. It's terrible. And we're all in agreement about that here. Here's where we cover our own ass. And we say that nothing we have said here is of any legal importance to anyone and holds no legal standing.
We are frankly discussing our own personal opinion. We're going over speculation and things that have been provided. I do not believe we here at Super Chats Incorporated intend to throw our hat in the ring.
I was about to say, you try and sue us, we're not even a company.
I'm sorry. The letter just came back. I was incorporating us without anyone else's permission.
All right, well, I guess. Well, that's fine as long as we're a corporation, because then the corporation will take the brunt of the legal issues and it can't come back on us personally.
Good job communicating. We're leading by example, Nijisanji.
Now, we're not like a partnership or a proprietorship, right? Because then we can face legal consequences for the actions of the business.
Frankly, I think we're more of like a squad. Like the Power Rangers.
I see. I'd like to be. I don't want to be the Red Ranger. That's like played. I want to be the Blue Ranger.
I want to be the White Ranger because I always show up in like the semifinal season and do the least, but is the coolest.
Green Ranger.
Green Ranger.
Green Ranger. I knew Carlos would be Green Ranger.
He's a green type person.
He's a fucking G. All right. I think we've diverted long enough from this. Are there any other thoughts, comments, concerns? Because boy, I have about 1,000 myself. But
yeah, I think we're about at the point where we can talk about what I will affectionately refer to as the resistance.
Yeah, there's a whole section of stuff I put in here that is mostly results of things that have been happening.
Yeah.
So here's the way that I would like to phrase this, if I can be so bold.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dark path to walk. And there's a lot of terrible things that have happened as a part of this journey. But there is light, and we are approaching it. Right?
We're walking into the light.
Follow me on Twitter for more inspirational quotes.
Yeah, the only final unfortunate thing that I'll mention before we get into some of this stuff is that, unfortunately, a large part of the Japanese side of the community is not seeing eye to eye with the English-speaking side.
Hold on. Let me be surprised. That's me being surprised. It's Japanese culture is a lot more like you live and die by the company.
There's two things.
That's it.
Two things. One, obviously, Japanese culture, hardcore, always sides with higher ups and company culture, which is a big part of this for them right now. And also, they're in the same boat as us, and only the opposite, where they just don't know who Selen is because she's an English speaker. Mm-hmm. They don't know who she is.
She's only the 7th one to quit and say it's quit or be fired and say that it's a shitty place to work. I'm sorry. It's only 7 people.
I'm going to learn Japanese just to argue with them.
I'm going to bra really loudly. Bra! Thank you. I needed that. Sorry. Again, like, one person is an incident. 2 people, that could be a coincidence. 3 people's a fucking trend. 7 is a goddamn pattern.
Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's still English speakers that they don't understand and they don't know.
Yeah, I get it. Like, at the end of the day, I get it. It's a completely divorced, like, place from where they are. And also, Nijisanji Japan works really well for them. Like, they have multiple talents that are over 1 million subs. There are some really powerful and, like, popular talents. Their highest subscribed talent in Ninja JP has 1.8 million subscribers. It is the only company close to Hololive in terms of revenue. It's not that close, but it's the closest by far. They do good business in Japan, but the culture of the Western world is something that they were not, in my opinion, prepared to actually deal with in an appropriate way, because it is a very different work culture, especially when you're doing creative work. Like, Carlos does not sit in an office all day. He actually does work. But Cameron and I sit in a fucking office all day. And that is, like, we fix things. We don't fucking create things as part of our job. Like, it's even that is a very different culture from when working with creative people that their job is to create things. You have to do everything you can when you're dealing with creative people to foster that and embolden that and, like, make it as true as possible for them to reach the things that they're trying to make. We just fucking fix computers and shit. Like, it's like, that's a completely different culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And part of what a lot of people have speculated, there have been people that have, allegedly claimed anyway, that have had experience in legal work posting online, that have been reading through the document and making commentary on it. And all of them have just completely agreed that this document was obviously not made by an English speaker outside of Japan. This type of document probably does work in Japan because it's diverting everything away from the company and onto individual people. Mm-hmm. And that does work in Japanese culture because there's no blame left on the company and they believe the company.
There you go. And it's a very different outlook, a perspective, just an entire culture, basically. It's almost like we live in 2 different countries. So yes, I think that we can now leave behind the just blatant Nijisanji bashing that we have been committing on the company, not the talents. The talents are blameless at this point until accusations actually really start flying with names attached.
Are we a fan of a live reaction? Because apparently Nijisanji has put out a short update on their end.
Go ahead.
This is a 2-line statement. It's available on Imgur. I found this first on the Nijisanji Reddit. It's a post called New Any Color Statement on Selen Tatsuki's Termination. Feel free to read. I read a couple comments. Everyone's saying it's real. My source is Reddit comments. Here is the post from the company Nijisanji. On February 5th, 2024, Any Color made the decision to terminate our affiliation contract with the Nijisanji En Liver Selen Tatsuki. The impact of this decision on our financial results will be negligible.
I'm glad your money's safe, you fucking pricks.
So,
oh, I'm sorry, that was real.
Allegedly fucking pricks.
All right, I'll give you an exact detail on this, actually, because I saw somebody that actually took a peek at the Japanese stock exchange today.
Ooh, we're getting real.
They dropped a whole 1.5% today.
1.5 is actually something, man.
That's okay. So that's not,
which is literally nothing, by the way.
it's not a 10% drop. Don't get me wrong.
No, it's not steep, but it's something.
That's the thing. Well, I guess that goes to show you how invested they are in the Western market, anyways. Hey.
Well, I guess they can go back to Japan, where I guess what they're doing right now is acceptable.
Yeah, just keep it out of our fucking faces. Again, oops, sorry, that's real.
I would like to also include on the live updates section, because I think we're moving towards talking about the positives now. Mm-hmm. I think we were. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, sorry, no,
I tuned out.
We're all in the feeling phase still.
I tuned out for a second while reading for updates, as I was like, oh, we're back in Sad Town. Ellen Alouette. Enna Alouette.
Enna, yeah.
I'm sorry I Ellened you. She made a post for members. She is opening up her members channel, if you're a member, with a little space to just talk about stuff. She's just literally saying, hey, if there's checking up on everyone, please feel free to voice how you feel and your thoughts. If there's disagreement or hateful comments, don't engage. Let's let everyone speak their minds. I want to give some sort of space for people to express themselves. That's a really baller move from a talent who frankly doesn't owe us that.
Yes. So, and that's another thing is we do have a little bit of information about other talents and them taking breaks and stepping away and just giving it a little bit of room because God knows that it needs to happen right now.
God does know.
A lot of Niji talents are losing subscribers right now as part of a backlash. There's a whole hashtag sink the yacht thing going along where everyone is just encouraging people to utterly unsubscribe from all Nijisanji talent as a form of protest. I don't have a strong opinion about this. It's not good for the talent, but it's also not good for the company, and the company's only going to look at their bottom line anyways, apparently, as it turns out. So this is one of those half things where you're hurting the wrong people to get at the people that are actually responsible, and now it's really confusing. This is a very gray area.
But it's very mixed though, because you can't actually hurt the company. You hurt the company by hurting the talents.
Yes, and so I feel like that's not the way. There has to be some other ground. Maybe I'm too dumb to see it, but that's where I'm at currently. Okay. Shall we move, actually now for real this time, on God, towards some positivity in this fucking podcast?
Lead on, good man.
All right. Doki Bird is a really good talent that you should check out. YouTube, Twitch, these are both places, though I believe primarily she will be streaming on YouTube. I'm unsure.
If you don't believe us, you should ask Selen's moderator team.
Yes.
They all seem to like her quite a bit.
Yes. In fact, they took over they started streams, and in the chat we're posting that people should go follow Doki Bird, who is the same talent behind Selen. By the way, I said it once already. I'll say it 1,000 times. Fuck it, go follow her right now. So that's where you can find her, is Doki Bird. And I'm a longtime fan. I subscribed yesterday. She was a smaller talent then. She only had 90,000 subscribers. So, I felt like, I'm getting it on the ground floor because she currently has, I believe, 280,000 subscribers. And I had a live feed going yesterday that I was just watching. I was watching her every 20 minutes gain another 5,000 subscribers with a fucking tear in my eye. Like, God damn it, so happy for this fucking bird.
She had apparently started in like the low tens of thousands.
I believe it, yeah. And so, like I said, I got in early at 90K. And if you haven't, you should join now. I'm just saying. I'm excited.
Subscribed.
As we're recording this, she will be streaming tomorrow for the first time in a couple years, as it turns out. So worth checking out. I hear she likes FPSs. She likes the shooty bang bang games.
Heard she's good at them.
And what else does she like? Oh yeah, she likes Neopets. I guess she's excited that she can do Neopet streams again.
Is she aware they're gay now?
I'm sure that she's okay with that.
Sorry, that's a meme. If you weren't at MagFest watching the gay Neopets panel, you missed out.
Ah, okay. Okay. I guess we can talk about some of the community backlash against this now that we've talked a little bit about Doki Bird. Mm-hmm. We will talk more about Doki Bird, but the large and small of it basically is go follow her. She's still a great talent and you should check out because we're all excited to see what she's going to do next. And by this point that this is out and available for you to listen to, she's already been streaming again, so you can check it out and see if she's for you. There we go. We talked about community backlash and how people are attempting to do things and affect change at this company and all the other things. And one key thing that we haven't talked about is the way that the creator community has reacted to this news, right?
Yeah.
This is one of those things that's it is such a big deal and it is so impactful that a lot of community creators, fan artists, these folks have just basically come out and been like, we will no longer make any content related to Nijisanji. It's just not worth it for us. Studio Nekomata is the one that I saw first. Basically, they are not making any more Nijisanji merch. They sold out of all of the merch that they currently have and donated all the proceeds to charity, which was oh God, what a great move.
Yeah.
I really respect the shit out of them for this.
They sold everything at cost and donated all of the funds.
Yes.
And not only that, they said they were going to do that, and then they sold out their entire stock in 24 hours.
Yes.
So,
just a fantastic move. I consider them a very strong pillar of the community, as I've said publicly before.
We bought some of their stuff at Otakon last year.
I should be wearing their shirt right now. What am I thinking? I have one of their shirts upstairs. I should be wearing it. Frel, who has collaborated with Selen multiple times to create animations, which are now all gone because the archives were wiped, has stated that they'll be doing no more animations with Nijisanji in the future. That was a big one. And then, I believe this is a clipper, right? The VTubers out of context.
VTubers out of context is a very, very large Twitch or Twitter clip channel.
Okay.
I see them constantly. They're one of the big name ones.
And they're not doing any more Nijisanji clips until they announce that they're going to be changing things. So, everyone's feeling this. It's not just you, it's not just me, it's everybody that's involved in this community. We are a very small part of this community, and we're okay with that. It is what it is, you know? But we're all fucking feeling it. None of us were Nijisanji stans is the fucking most ridiculous part. We all looked at Selen and we're like, yeah, she's pretty fucking cool. And then this happened.
I liked two people from Nijisanji in particular. I liked Selen and I liked Pamu. Whoops-a-daisy.
Yeah. I like Rosami.
Rosami's good. I don't think I'm in the right headspace anymore.
Yeah, I know, right? So yeah. Who else we got?
There's this one, Sayu, I was not familiar with. They were not actually a part of Nijisanji, but they had a little experience to share. They are a VTuber now, but they are also a voice actor in very, very major anime and video game projects. And they said they had actually applied to be a part of Nijisanji at one point. And they ended up turning Nijisanji down because part of the requirements for them joining was they had to leave their voice acting career. They were not allowed to have their additional career.
Bro, there's people I watch from Hololive where sometimes you have to swap back to their past life account because the story carries on there. It's a one complete artwork, essentially. Are you kidding me?
Coroni's in Yokai Watch. I don't know. This is a loud bruh moment again, isn't it? It's just another one of those things that, like, you look at it and you're just like, what the fuck are they doing? Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, there's a whole lot of that. There's a whole lot of just people have reacted. I think at this point, we've said a lot. We've talked for quite a significant portion of this podcast already about this situation. Is there anything else that is in your guys' minds that you really want to put out there? Any like reactions that you have, thoughts, feelings, anything that you want to just kind of cap this off with? And then we're going to stop talking about it for a while and move on to other topics.
We will enter the sullen silence era. We're not... we got through it. My closing is this. When you are running a VTuber company, when you're running an idol company, the idea behind it is you are essentially trying to be a stable for these relationships you want to build with fans. There comes with it an understanding that you are going to do your best to foster positive relationships. Without any mincing of words on my part, what you're trying to build is flights of fancy. You're trying to give people escapist media. When something like this happens, you destroy any thought that this can be escapist. If I went to a spa to lay in the hot water and have my back massaged, if there's a non-zero chance that I'll get stabbed, that is a very difficult location to go to, and I will not find it relaxing. This is a moment now where you have laid out an understanding that you will not just take away people that we like and that you made us like, that you worked hard for us to come to like, but you'll blame anyone but yourselves for what has happened. You helped to build our relationship with Selen. You encouraged it. And frankly, and always obviously in the back of our minds, but we must choose to ignore it, you profited off of it. There's a reason very shortly after this termination announcement, you posted a link to merchandise. Because at the end of the day, it's all an advertisement for acrylic stance. So, good work. Genie's out of the bottle. I do not foresee myself putting any faith in this English branch. I look forward to watching these talents at the next organization or independent franchise they settle on. Victoria Brightshield, I am so sorry. I am subbed to you. I've seen a few of your videos. It's not too late to just quietly leave. You don't even have to tell them. Just go.
Well, she is one of the 5 or 6 that are currently on break now.
I got to see the announcement on YouTube.
Carlos.
Yeah, you just said it there a minute ago. That it was like the day after all this happened. Huge merch drop. They were still, as of the time that she was terminated, they were still selling some of her merch too.
Tasteless.
So, yeah, there's nothing more positive that's coming out of this right now. We may get back to this topic again briefly next week if anything more noteworthy comes out, but
yeah, like obviously there's going to be an extent to which we cover it. In my mind, it's to the extent that it's affecting Nijisanji's future or the industry, but otherwise we're kind of past the point where like updates on talent and we're looking forward to this next generation.
I'll just say future graduations, future terminations from here will be basically expected. They will not be a surprise.
Yep. See you guys next week.
There's a lot that I want to say, and most of it isn't very nice. The only nice things I have to say in this situation are all directed at Doki Bird, who I like a lot and I think is really cool.
Oh, these are positive things.
Yes. The negative thoughts and feelings that I have are all towards the management of Nijisanji and again, not directed towards any of the talent of Nijisanji. You're all just working and doing your best, and you're entertaining folks. At the management of Nijisanji, the only thing that I want to say is you either need to do better or stop. And that's it. And I don't want you to have to stop because there's a lot of talents that work there that are gainfully employed there, as far as I can tell. And that means you need to do better, a lot better, not a little bit better. You need to, if you're going to put out a statement, you need to do it with more than your own interests at heart. You need to actually take care of the people that work for you. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. All you have to do is take care of your talent, and the talent will take care of you too. That's people will generally try and help each other. I like to believe that about people, you know? So it's a difficult situation, and this sucks that this is even a situation.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to everybody negatively affected by this, except the management and Nijisanji. Do better.
There's one final maybe silver lining to this that I have seen that could potentially be something. There were people talking about that had actually dug into what names they can even find from Nijisanji's management, and they had come to find out that the head manager for Nijisanji is personally affiliated with certain labels within Japan, which creates hard bias for Nijisanji. And also he is currently still affiliated with the company even as the head manager, meaning their head manager is not even fully 100% dedicated to the company currently.
He has multiple roles that he fills.
But they have also noticed that there have been job openings for Nijisanji English management. So,
well, yes.
we'll take that however you want. I don't know any fine details on it beyond that.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough. All right. We're going to take a moment. We're going to breathe in. We're going to hold, and we're going to breathe out. And we're going to move on to a different topic of conversation.
This is the most powerful transition we have ever put to tape.
Indeed. Once more, breathe in. Breathe out. Kyo Kaneko of Nijisanji English has announced his graduation.
By the way, this happened before the Selen thing.
At this point, it's just a smaller story because
this was our weekly graduation. We already hit quota, but Nijisanji went above and beyond.
This was supposed to be the big point.
He cited the same reasons everyone else does. He is limited in his creative ability or opportunities currently and wishes to expand in different ways. Thank you. That sucks. Sorry. I hope you enjoy wherever you go and wherever you work next. Nijisanji, do better. Okay, anything else?
Boy, did you graduate at the right time.
Fuck, that got overshadowed. I'm sorry, bro. You deserve a bigger segment, but we're tired.
I'm pretty sure we've already drilled so much into their management and what could be happening at the company that it pretty much ties into whatever was going on with his graduation anyway.
I guarantee.
I will also note too that I saw the chart that there has now been one person that has left the company in every single group of Nijisanji. Like if you put like a graph of every single
the generations,
all the generation, there is now one person missing from every single generation of the entire EN branch.
We did it, boys. That's sarcasm. Fuck. And we breathe in, hold, and we breathe out. Anything else about Kyo Kaneko? I didn't really watch him a lot. I know there was some controversy at different points involved with him, but overall he seemed like a solid dude.
Adios, amigos.
Yes. Omaru Polka.
Oh my god, I like that name.
Yeah.
Is she okay? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's doing great, but she's doing good. She's still gainfully employed at Hololive. She's doing good. No. She's still in school, buddy. She's got class this week. She should be in there right now.
She's the class clown.
She is. That's what she does. She knows how to fennec things up.
For those of you new to the show, this is the usual tone.
Omaru Polka is a Hololive talent from Japan. I like her. And she has done a birthday Pol Rock Fest. This was a 3D live, believe it or not. Now we're really comfortable. This is what we talk about.
Oh my god, thank god, 3D live.
More 3D lives.
All right, so this was, believe it or not, we're going to fucking cut through some stuff this week just to, have a 3-hour podcast this week. But yes, she did her birthday live. It was really cool. It was a rock concert. It was outdoor themed. She started it off with a really cool montage of her guest acts, which I believe were all Hololive English folks. It was
Ollie was there.
Ollie
Famous
was
English member Ollie.
Come on, she always streams in English. Next thing you're gonna tell me is that Irys is English, and she isn't Hololive JP.
You're gonna wait till I tell you about Fuamoko.
Bow bow. So she had all of them walk out through a tunnel at the start. There was a really neat animation that played of Ollie, Callie, Coni, and Bay, the 4 guests she had for her rock concert. All of them rockers in their own right.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Coni because she's old and sits in a rocking chair. Based. Yes.
They strutted on stage.
Yes,
with
they
that.
did. Hips a swinging, boys. So let's run through the tracks real quick. All right.
All right.
All right. Cameron,
I'm gonna go as slow as possible.
you're gonna shut up. All right. Catch the Moment. It's a favorite of Carlos's. How
Yep.
was it? Good.
Great.
Good rendition. Good.
How's it go, hum it?
I can't do that.
I am
sorry.
not immersed. I know nothing about this fucking concert. Thanks for nothing.
I'm not good
Ghost
enough.
Rules, Deco 27 joint with featuring Bay this time. Habana also with Bay. Loki with Ollie this time. Inferno, another favorite of Carlos's. Was this a good rendition of this?
Yes, it was.
Fantastic.
never mind.
Dance with Ollie was the next one.
Now this was a performance.
Did Ollie twerk?
They didn't go quite that far.
All right, well then I'm fucking disappointed, bro.
Did she take her head off like Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before
Just fucking
Christmas?
punt it into the crowd.
Jack Skellington. Oh, that didn't make it to camera. I'm wearing Jack Skeleton socks, and I'm not as flexible as I used to be.
None of us are as flexible as you used to be. Please stop.
I mean, Polka is like a.
There's your time marker, sus.
Okay, Cameron's got a foot wiki now.
I showed the dogs for free.
For free. As you couldn't tell, all of our fucking stupid was built up and talking about serious stuff.
Like a charge rifle.
Like Ollie's piss.
I'm happy again. Oh, that's right. I like doing this show.
That's right. Yeah, it's not all just fucking anger and sadness. Sometimes we talk about fun things. Like Loki, also featuring... Wait, I talked about that one. Fuck.
Inferno, Dance with Ollie. Now this was a performance.
Yes, Discotheque with Callie this time. Moratorium Dance Floor with Coni. Dear Doppelganger with Callie and Coni. That's a lot of doppels. Many gangers. Crow Song. Girls Dead Monster. Oh, by Girls Dead Monster, the band from Angel Beats.
Yes.
Yes, I love that anime. It's one of the best ones. And that's a really cool song. Emotion Pixels. If We Could Meet in a Dream. The World Calls That Love. Sugar Song and Bitter Step.
They go out of the way to pick songs I've never heard of.
Any particular highlights you want to call out, Carlos?
I mean, I've heard of almost all of these, but
We are built different.
very good track list. I like that.
Polka is like a master at doing great performances with these. She is a hardcore performer.
Oh god, yeah. That she loves performing, and it's very obvious with her energy she puts into everything she does.
I have been looking forward to talking about the Polka merch all week.
I'm sorry. Would you like to tell us about the slim and lovely clear bottle?
The Amora Polka Birthday Celebration 2024 begins now, featuring the first lovely item. I'm going by this. First, a complete set bonus comes with a postcard with a handwritten autograph from an actual clown and a bonus voice pack, a cheer-up call. You keep me going, Polka. Following this is the now Reddit infamous Here Comes the Great Polka full graphic t-shirt featuring the loudest design I've ever seen. The entire color wheel is on your back, featured in Argyle diamonds and various card suite symbols, with Omaru Polka loudly very PNG-esque on the front. The sleeves covered in her mascots.
If you think polka's loud, wait till you see this shirt.
If you wear this shirt, you will be beaten.
I'm not saying you deserve it, but I'm saying you should expect it.
You look like a squeaky toy. You look like an amazing digital circus OC.
I want one real bad. They're really
I want
cool.
it so fucking bad.
If I wasn't a fat American, I could get one.
Following this is the slim and lovely clear bottle.
I do love that description.
It's very clear. You can use this to get destroyed at HoloFest.
Oh God. You can get crunk on polka juice.
These are the sentences you keep to yourself. Polka super fabulous rubber wristband. After assembly, you can wear it with a snap button.
Good. Yes, that's all what I always wanted. It's a little bracelet you can wear.
It's a little bracelet. It says
It's very bright.
It says the words. And of course, out for a bit, Polka's mini shoulder bag. It is a black bag with a very rope-like top bit. The inner fabric design depicts various polka symbology. The charm is of her mascot, but gilded.
Symbolism.
Polka's a metaphor.
The word you're looking for is Have you seen You've seen Boondock Saints, right?
Voice pack situation voice pre-event strategy meeting. This birthday set will set you back 92 clams.
Plus shipping, so $500. I'm kidding. It'll probably be like $30 to $50 shipping. It'll be like $120 to $150 probably once you pay it all. If you're, if you're American, aka right, fight me, Canada. I'm kidding. I fucking love Canada. That's where Crony's at.
I love merchandise so much. It's so unhinged.
It usually is.
Pretty base of Polka to not have an acrylic stand.
Shocking. Yeah. I'm very upset.
I shouldn't hate on acrylic stands. Welcome to the set, the Hololive Advent acrylic stands.
That's right. We finally got them. All of Hololive Advent's here.
Welcome to the podcast, Shiori and the others. Welcome.
You
keep Narissa's name out of your goddamn mouth.
That's what I fucking did.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
It's like the full beautiful set of them that are now up here that are their literal debut acrylics that I ordered just got here.
My favorite fast shipping, folks. My favorite thing is that Bibu's next to Narissa, so you really get to see the difference.
I want to dip Bibu in hot chocolate.
You're only allowed to do that with Phase Connect ones.
Oh, that's true. Well, first, the thing with Phase Connect ones is first you have to get a big enough jar. All right. Is there any other thoughts about Polka or her merch? Happy birthday, Polka.
Oh,
please come on the show.
Yeah, sure. It's great. We'll have a great conversation with my fucking 8 words of Japanese I can speak.
You misunderstand, Nick. Pol 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 pol.
Po.
Pol pol pol.
Flashbacks of Ma. All right, Watame. Moving on to Watame, who has now had her Night Fever concert at the Tokyo Garden Theater.
I had a night fever before, and it was very bad.
Congratulations on the concert, Watame.
Oh, hers was a good night fever.
Yeah.
There was a couple of songs that you got to listen to for free and like the beginning of the performance.
There you go. Available now on her YouTube channel.
That sounds like such a lovely swing.
Thank you, Cameron. Any other thoughts?
I don't think you seem to like my thoughts, so I'm keeping them to myself.
No, please share.
It's hurtful when you don't laugh at my jokes.
You're right. Bananas are the hardest fruit to roll. Axel Syrios. Axel Syrios of Holostar ZN has gotten his 3D showcase.
That's right. Boys do exist.
I'm upset and I don't know why.
I got through half of it. I watched it before coming over.
Okay, you guys can both have a lot more context for this. I know that Axel Syrios is a really cool dude. He's Australian and he says words I am not allowed to. Because he's Australian.
Back when Holostars, the boys were debuting in the English world, he was like my third pick. 1 and 2 are gone.
Oh.
Cameron looks at Axel. I guess it's you now.
But luckily enough, we get to talk about that a little bit because Axel's 3D debut kicked a lot of ass.
That's good.
Carlos saw it the whole way through, so he gets first dibs.
All right. So the biggest takeaway from this, obviously, besides the nice rock and jazzy music, was he didn't have any other talents come on with them. Instead, he had gorillas wearing knight armor.
I love the gorillas so fucking much.
They were his band members for the entire performance.
Now, I want to be very clear. We're not talking about the synth pop / rock group from England, Gorillaz, correct?
Hey there, Axel Syrios. It's me 2D. You want to do that one Clint Eastwood song with them?
Da, 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 da.
I don't know where Murdoch is.
I love this fanfic.
Fuck, the guy from Powerpuff Girls was a member of Gorillaz for a while.
Yeah, because Murdoch was in jail.
We're getting away from Axel. We need to get.
You want to talk about Gorillas lore? DM me.
What's your Twitter handle? Put it out there, you fucking
@RackDoom.
There you go.
You can find me if you scroll down far enough on Shiori's Twitter.
We've gone through our righteous indignation phase as a podcast.
I am now shilling.
Now we're whoring ourselves out for clicks and approval. Oh my god! All right, so there were gorillas, as in the hairy mammals.
Yes, there were knights with gorilla heads. The first song he did, it was really fun, but I appreciate that he ended like, I did not practice enough. I'm sorry my voice cracked. That is just outside my range, dude.
Yep. It was Black Cherry, and I still thought he did a great job with it.
I noticed the parts where his voice was starting to break. It's like, oh, that's a hard one for him. I can tell. I appreciate my man so much. We got introduced to... You all right? You coping?
My fucking water bottle pre-came on my face.
You didn't have another way to describe that situation, did you?
I didn't have another way I wanted to use. Continue on with Axel. It's more important right now.
All right, now that Nick's done preing, we're back to Axel.
Wait till you see me post.
Dude, we're doing great. So the Gorilla Knights showed up. This is when we got introduced to Axel's mascots in 3D, the axolotls, right?
Yeah.
Dude, they're so fucking cute. I love axolotls already. Make them spicy and feisty, and that's great for me. They look so fucking great. They helped fight. The gorillas are now the band, and they played One Night Carnival, the backup band Gorilla Knights.
Yeah.
I love that. That was great. Mm-hmm. All right, it's a good. I'm glad you have the text here because I have these events out of order in my head. I'm looking in particular for one part. Then we have a parody Pokemon fight, which is like a JRPG fight. Whoever's in charge of the camera angles, good fucking job. This is a fucking shitty JRPG, and it's so funny.
He made his axolotl fight the gorillas.
Yeah.
Okay, the axolotl's fucking adorable.
Huge agree. Fucking agree. Look at that fucking shitty like PS2 era camera angles for the fighting. It's so good. It even has the part where at the end of the fight it declares who the MVP of the party was, which is such a like of its time JRPG thing to do.
So good. Wow, that's a really good setup.
There's then a part...
Gamma Ovar.
We get introduced then to the war room. And the first thing that happens is there is a fucking huge painting on the wall that shows Tempest back when they were at full power. Like, our boys are there. It's Vesper and Magni are in the painting. And he's like, oh, I fucking miss these guys. It's like,
The whole gang was still there.
There is then a part where he had exercise equipment where he was doing like a hold on, seeing how long he could go till he broke. The problem was, I don't know why this is the case. He was wearing gloves IRL and the gloves were slipping and making him fall. So he was only able to hold himself for 50 seconds. My man's just so out of breath. I love it. I love whenever they're doing this and you hear real world sound effects. Like you hear like this fun jump, dum, 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 and him going, whoa, whoa. And then you hear like real life sounds.
Do you think he was wearing a mocap suit?
No, he's a real man.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Go back to sleep.
Sorry, there was shrieking. I had to wake up again. I didn't mean to taunt you and it to hurt you. I'm sorry.
I can't keep you asleep.
I thought we were joking.
We are joking.
I'm going back to...
Fuck, I did it again! I can never have children. They would never rest in my home. I'm so self-aware now.
I'm so sorry I called you out on something you can't help. It's a charm point.
Leave a comment down below.
You're an idol. It's a charm point.
If my laugh is intolerable.
Why are you opening yourself to that? Why would
Leave
you
a
do
comment down below if I'm your least favorite part of the podcast
What
that you've
happened
been
next?
watching for a year straight.
What happened next?
Basketball.
Oh, cool.
His mascot's dismembered head.
Less cool.
Facing the Gorilla Knights.
Pretty cool.
Pretty awesome, pretty rad, pretty poggers. This is the part where I unfortunately had to stop because I had to go to a podcast recording.
Oh, wow. Lame.
They play for a while, and then they end up all drinking hot sauce afterwards.
Based.
I do like a good
Some
drink
like
of
it
hot
red
sauce.
hot.
Some sweat when the heat is on.
But yeah, I did some posing for a while. Did the classic, had to do the T pose, posing with the gorillas. He twerked for a little while and showed that he is entirely flat as a board behind.
No junk in that trunk.
Yep.
So what's the vampire?
That was the song.
Ah.
That was pretty good.
Tashi Vampire. That one?
No.
Damn
it's
it.
a different one.
Less cool. And then, believe it or not, folks, we got merch.
We do.
Yes.
Now, it does not appear to be available at this time, but it is at least lightly confirmed.
Yes, he showed it off, but I could not actually find. It is not on the website. I
Oh,
looked.
he had the stand. That's so cool.
Yep, he had an acrylic stand, and he also had like a golden glass shot glass, and like a coaster that was actually just a like a record, but it's a coaster.
Very cool.
So it's really neat. But I looked all over the website. I could not find it on the website. It's entirely possible that they are, that it'll be like the other showcases where they'll release all of the merch all in one go because Altair is having his this week too.
Gotcha. So we have that to look forward to.
Something to point out that I read in the comments of this, and I think we went over it too quickly, I guess. The basketball. Nick, please look at how good the motion tracking is of the basketball in this multi-million-dollar studio.
Wow.
Oh, get right. Here's the big moment.
That's actually fluid.
That's fucking insane.
That's gorgeous.
Jesus.
Look up that clip. What's the timestamp? 3540 in on his 3D day showcase. Like that is smooth as butter. Bro.
This is the equivalent of Yakuza bread.
It's so good.
It's too good. You went too hard.
Yeah, I guess we didn't go into too much on it, but like his actual model and like the show itself was really, really well done. Like all the movement and the models, they look great.
It looks smooth as all crap. Crap?
I'm glad to hear things are going well for you, Nick.
Crap. It looked very smooth and very well done. There we go. I've eloquented myself. I'm back from New Jersey. All right. Any other cool things that happened for Axel Syrios here?
No, those are the big highlights. Tune in for the next 3D debut.
It'll be all tear, right?
Yep.
So there we go. All right, that's all the big stuff. Now we are on to the news bits.
Welcome.
Laplus got a new outfit.
Congratulations, Laplus.
It's real cool. Not cute, real cool.
It is by far my favorite outfit of hers.
Dude, it's pretty slick, honestly. So this time around, she got the short twin tails, or a bob cut.
Yeah, she actually wore the bob cut by far the most in the stream.
She showed off both of them. She wrapped her horns up with ribbons, which was pretty cool. She's got a big coat. It's a black coat with sick purple flames. She looks like a motorcycle or something. She's got a schoolgirl outfit underneath with the tum tum on display. We're on Mokoko levels of tum tum alert here, and then she's got some big thigh high lace up boots. Basically, she looks very cool. It looks like she's ready to fight. You know. Cameron, you see it?
See, I saw it for a glance. I unfortunately didn't see the full reveal, but it is very cute.
It's a very cool outfit. It's very cute. I like it a lot. Any other thoughts on it?
No, nothing deep.
No.
It's an outfit.
All right. Speaking of, Irys got a new outfit.
Yeah. We alluded to it last week.
Yeah, she's now gamer schoolgirl Irys.
Based.
So yeah, it's a schoolgirl outfit underneath, but on the outside she's got a real big coat. Weird. It's almost like someone else. It honestly is a really good look. Also, she has braids now. She's got double braids coming down the side. She garnered some very specific. My cat jumped on the table. We're dealing with it. Some very specific comparisons to a very famous manga character.
You know, quote manga.
Yeah.
It's a hentai character. Sure, fine. I'll just say the words. With round glasses and braids coming down the sides of her head.
You don't need to worry.
If you know, you know. If you don't, you're a good person.
Josuke is canon.
There you go. Anyway, the outfit itself is really cute. Big gamer coat. She's got a big, really cool headset. she can put on. And then when she goes schoolgirl mode, she takes off the coat. She's got a regular schoolgirl sifuku underneath. And she's got glasses. She's got megane, which are very versatile. Especially these ones because they can be swirly and nerdy because she's a dork-ass nerd.
Oh, no, it's swirly glasses.
Or they can be just regular glasses and you can see her eyes. They're really well designed. I love the fact that you can still tell that there's like glass there even when they're see-through. I think it's really it's a really cool touch. Any other thoughts about this?
Well, that the community was having a field day with this, honestly.
Yes, they were.
Irys's community needs to calm down.
There were a lot of never happening. There were a lot of meme edits of her in different manga and stuff. It's a very specific reference.
A very specific reference that may or may not have been intended, but the community is taking it that way.
There you go. And that's just what the community is gonna do. All right. Any other thoughts?
Nothing
Questions, comments, concerns. Okayu has a new outfit. It's a coat, and underneath is a buff.
Are you discussing her tits?
I mean, I'm not really discussing. I'm exclaiming. Sugoi dekai is the phrase I would use because they're like the size of her head each. They're fucking enormous.
I don't know how to tactfully discuss this.
I don't think there is a way.
There isn't a way. You just go, wow, those are big boobs, and then you move on with your life.
What if I can't move on?
She's not allowed to use this outfit with the coat open during ASMR streams. The company told her not to. They're like, no, you'll get filtered.
Yeah, because the coat does, in fact, open, and there is not a lot underneath.
There's not.
It is a very, very small, very loose crop top shirt.
And again, she got buffed for this. Like, they're enormous. So there you go. We've now discussed a woman's breasts. How are you feeling?
Mark the bingo sheet, kids.
Yeah, technically she's a cat. All right, Ayame. Ayame got a new outfit as well. It's a super casual jersey outfit. She also got swirly glasses, which means that she's number 3 in Hololive to have received such an honor. The first being Korone many moons ago. The second being Irys, like 3 days ago. And the third being Ayame, who had just fucking got it as well. And it's funny because it has to be a coincidence. These things are decided way in advance, I assume, because everything gets checked and approved, I'm sure.
Oh, there'll be another big coincidence coming up later.
I guarantee. Additionally, Ojo cute. I like her. She is adorable. Do you guys have any thoughts on these things?
Some of her merch is literally you can just buy the tracksuit.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yes, there is birthday merch as well to go along with this outfit. Yay. Or I'm sorry, this is not birthday merch. I apologize and retract my previous ignorant statement. My full apology can be found on twitter.com/ this is her new outfit celebration merch.
Yeah.
You get a random 1 in 4 chance gotcha acrylic keychain.
God.
You get a tracksuit pants, a embroidery badge, and a bonus original sticker, which appears to be a sheet of stickers, actually. And I don't think they're going to send you just one. It looks like you get the whole sheet. Oh my God, that one's so cute. I need it.
The glasses.
Look at that. She's like waving and all happy, and she's got the swirly nerd glasses because she's, again, a dork-ass nerd, just like Irys. And oh my God, we need Ayame, we need Korone, and we need Irys all together, like doing some test or something. And they all bump into each other and then have to try and find their glasses, but they get the wrong one and put it on, and they're like, I can't see still.
You just accidentally spoiled the next hologra.
Did I?
Yeah.
For real?
No, I don't know.
Jinkies.
I was going to say, if you're being real, I'm going to fucking shit. Jesus. Jinkies, isn't that a breakfast cereal or something?
Zoinks.
Like Scoob. Okay, so order your Ojo merch now if you'd like.
Order it.
Do it now. Believe it or not, it's another new outfit. Uruka from Phase Connect, this time not from I guess I can run through that really quick. Laplus is from Holo X, which is a Hololive JP group. Irys is from Hololive English. Okayu is from Hololive Japan, and Ayame is from Hololive Japan. Uruka is from Phase Connect English, which we have to specify now. I can't remember which gen, but that doesn't...
First gen.
First gen. There we go. And yes, she not only has a new outfit, she produced a number of covers for this event.
Yeah.
And just generally had a really cool stream about it. So, Carlos, would you like to take us through, real quick here, some of the stuff that happened?
All right, I'll start off with this first one. I have no idea how to pronounce it, but we're going to try. So, electronic cover of Elise from All No Zero, which is, by the way, is one of my absolute favorite anime songs of all time.
Very nice.
It's
You're
amazing.
even good this week.
Oh, yeah.
As far as, like, covered songs and stuff.
Oh, yeah. This has been a good week for this stuff, thankfully.
At least there's something happening, right?
But yeah, there's a real hype entrance that she did after this, and she just even said, "Oh, this is way more hype than I was expecting." But she started off, and her outfit, very nice dark blue and black dress, like big fluffy open top, and coincidences that I mentioned earlier.
It's like a Keephouse style, like a Chinese style.
Yeah.
Which I makes a lot of sense because I believe she speaks Mandarin, I believe.
Yeah.
So, but go on.
So we're moving on to the big coincidence. So she takes the coat off. Massive, gigantic, huge, bulging side boob.
Yep.
It's literally, it looks almost identical to what Fuwawa just got like a few weeks ago.
It really does.
It's literally the exact same thing.
My favorite behind the scenes lore of this is what she posted on Twitter, and that was that she had to request 3 size reductions.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
She sent it back 3 times and was like, too big. Please stop.
Yes.
So there you go.
And it was still absolutely humongous.
Yes. I like the other thing that she said was like somebody had a comparison of her 2 outfits, and she was like, same boobs, different clothes. It's just how it works. I was just like, bro, I guess I believe you. I'm sure you know more about women than me being one, but like, also I'm a VTuber fan. Women don't talk to me, so.
But yeah. But I mean, this was a really just generally a lot of sex appeal of an outfit for her.
Yeah.
She takes the coat off and like her crotch is like, it shows a whole lot if she moves the wrong way.
Yeah. So it's a little over the top, but if that's what you're in for, that's what you're in for, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good outfit. It looks really nice. I really like it.
It is really a nice outfit. But I know one of the people in the chat specifically asked her, and she read it out, how much did Sakana pay for that chest enhancement? And Uruka responded with, my dignity.
There you go, bud. Isn't that how it always goes?
But yeah, she actually said some stats for this too, which made the coincidences even more hilarious. This outfit has been ready since August of 2022.
Jesus.
The cover that she started off with was recorded in November of 2021.
Yeah, and also she posted the cover separately as well, so you can go listen to just it if you'd like to now.
So like a lot of the stuff that she was doing here has been like an accumulation of stuff over literally her entire career being at Phase Connect, just all debuted at once.
And there you go. I mean, it's a lot of cool stuff. It's really great. I recommend people check it out. Uruka's a great talent anyways. I really like her. Hi, Uruka. I know you're watching.
'Cause that's what she's doing.
Yeah. Remember when I called you a spit bear at Otakon? That was fun. So not only is all this new stuff cool, she also has new facial expressions, and she's got a Furby face, which is horrifying and scary, and I don't like it.
Thank God, new emotions just dropped.
I know it. Whenever she was debuting her outfit, she was doing the drop starting with her legs. And then she got all the way to her head, ducked her head down, and it was just Furby face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's some fan art of that, too, that I'm uncomfortable with.
Yeah,
you know who you are. But also, there's merch.
There is merch.
There's merch. There's a New Outfit Celebration 2024 bundle for $85. It includes a desk mat, a print, and a diorama.
All of the same image.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's a very nice image.
It is really good.
I like this image.
The diorama's in 3 dimensions, I assume.
When do you think she's dropping in Genshin? That's a 5-star at least.
I'm going to give her a big head. All right. And then
So yeah,
that's Uruka's outfit. Do you like it? I like it. I think it's great.
it was good.
Good job, Uruka. All right. Next up, there's new Hololive EN Valentine's Day merch. So go out and buy your Oshi's acrylic charm, embroidered towel, embroidered emblem badge, or handwritten message card today.
They have one for every single member of the entire EN branch, and they're all identical, but just themed for like different names and everything for each different member, whichever one you choose.
Do you want Fuwawa to feel jealous? Buy the Mokoko one. Do you want Mokoko to feel jealous? Buy the Fuwawa one.
It is also worth noting, my friends, that there is a Hololive Valentine voice pack for 2024 featuring, yet again, most of the talents. This time, however, I don't know if this is different than the other times, but I noticed it this time. If you buy the complete set of one of the branches, it includes a secret voice drama. So I considered, but $82 is a lot to drop just to figure out what is a little voice drama they're hiding. I did a listen
Tell me
through.
your secrets.
I did a listen through of the previews. They're all pretty cute. All of them were very, very nice. I'm going to give you some knowledge I've learned. Narissa fans eat very good. You eat so good.
I'm off to buy my copy. Okay.
It's very relaxing.
Doesn't sound like it. Any other thoughts on this?
Got any idea?
Fuwawa and Mokoko's voice packs are separate because you can't date both.
The secret route.
Unbased.
I don't know. They've got some stiff competition with the Tenma Cabbage one, so.
She ate rocks. Any other thoughts on these?
Everyone wants to join the Cabbage Club.
K9 Kuro did a face reveal, but why though? He's going to Japan and he wants to be able to do more stuff, IRL streams and things like that, which is illegal in Japan now, but cool, go for it. It gives him a lot more recording options in general. He was an IRL streamer originally anyhow, but he's still primarily going to be a VTuber, so don't worry about losing out on your pretty anime boy.
I am going to look at his face and give a live reaction to K9 Kuro's face. Please watch closely to my face for a visual expression. Is that his face?
That's him.
Here's my reaction. That is all.
Yeah, it's just some dude.
It's a dude. I'm not about to review my man.
He looks good.
He looks fine. He looks
He's
good.
doing good for himself, you know?
I'd give him a kiss on the cheek.
I would give him a high five on the butt. Yeah.
Least parasocial VTuber podcast.
That is not a high bar to fucking leap, I'm just saying. All right, thank you.
Watch me leap.
None of this is a surprise, though. Like, he literally said on his debut stream at VShojo, hey, I'm going to do IRL stuff. I want to be at events in person. So,
Thank you for keeping your word. Respect. Okay. Any other thoughts on the boy showing his face? The lad, the Chad, the dude.
Welcome to the real world.
Strong jawline.
Get real.
Next up, I just added this in for my own benefit. Please give me Fuamoko 64. I need this for real, please. I need it. It has a dedicated bow button. And not bow the whale, like the bow noises.
Wow, you really snuck this in.
I really liked this video. Somebody put a video out of like a fun little animation of like, what would Fuamoko 64 look like? And I really liked it a lot. I want to play this game. Please make this. I want this. Thank you. That is all.
Strong sneak.
No one's stopping you. Now we're going to talk about music.
Just myself.
Someone's stopping you, and it's you.
Tell me more about Iofi and Risu's new cover.
It is a cover of Neo Aspect, originally by Roselia. It's a very dramatic ass song. I don't know much about it. It's from the Bang Dream Girls band party or some shit. I don't know. It's from that. Roselia is one of the bands in that. I don't follow this IP at all, so cool cover. I liked it, guys.
Only idols I follow anymore are just actual VTubers.
There you go.
I left the Love Live community about 5 months after I joined it.
The Love Live community is in shambles.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
Iofi and Risu, by the way, are members of Hololive Indonesia. Also from Hololive Indonesia, Anya has a new original song, Anya Malfisa. It is an original music video.
Everlasting Knife.
Everlasting Knife. What a great name. She's a Chris, which is a holy knife in Indonesia, by the way. That is the reference. Is that she herself is a knife. I like the video. We got several PNGs. It's looking good. I have not had the time to listen to this. I apologize.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was good.
Hell yeah. I'm all for original music. I think it's really cool. Hajime did a Honeyworks cover. She's the next person with the Honeyworks collaboration. So congratulations. It's a Honeyworks song. It's poppy and it's got some dramatic bits. It's good. It's cute. I liked it. I guess you guys haven't seen that one. Yeah.
No, there's a couple here I didn't get the chance.
Uruka's cover of Fade came out. I'm not sure. I don't think this is the same one that you were talking about. Do you know?
No, well, I don't know if this was in her debut or not.
Okay.
It wasn't her intro one.
It's a really cool song. It's definitely partially in Mandarin. And it's a really neat song. I liked it a lot. Let's see.
I think that might have been a part of her debut, but I'm not sure.
Gotcha. Either way, check it out. Uruka's awesome. She's from Phase Connect again. Hajime, by the way, is from Hololive Japan. I'm trying to do better about this because not everybody knows everything that we're talking about, you know. Obkatiekat and Futakuchi Mana have done a cover of Contraband. These are the... I don't know about Futakuchi Mana, but I know Obkatiekat is an indie. She's British, I believe, right?
Yep.
She right, mate.
I've been watching her.
I like her. She's entertaining. She's been doing a subathon.
I try and keep track of her music, especially because I really like all of her covers.
She's growly.
I clicked on her stream, and I saw a piano roll. I saw a DAW. I saw her record a track. That's cozy to me. That's home.
And I respect it. And also thank you for commenting on us once.
One of my favorite things was I watched a video where I think it was somebody, she was playing Lethal Company, I think, with a bunch of people, and somebody screamed into the mic. And she took the scream.
I like this a lot already.
She took the scream's audio, and she took it and edited it, and then made like a tune to it, and then made her own like mix of the scream going along with it.
Amazing.
It was perfect. She spent like hours working on this on stream.
That is like my favorite thing when you see the light of inspiration strike home in someone's mind and they just go to work, you know? Because I've felt that before, and it's just like, I have to make this now. It has appeared in my brain, and it must become reality. You know, there's just this moment of just like, there's a click. It's just like, now you're working hard. So that's really cool. I love that.
Yeah. Anyway, this cover was really good.
I listened to it. I really liked it.
Yeah. I have actually listened to Futakuchi Mana on Spotify. Not a ton, but I have liked a few of her songs.
I think she did some of the clean singing in this, right?
I don't know.
I believe so. I'm not positive, but
I think that was it. Yeah.
Either way, it was a really cool cover. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Miori Celesta, who is, again, she's independent, right?
Yeah.
She's an indie VTuber. She put out, and she's done a ton of work with a lot of VTubers out there. She's done really, really good music work with folks.
If you pay attention to the credits on some big name things, you will occasionally see her name in it.
She's worked with Bay. She did a cover of Stay With Me, and it's acoustic, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
I listened to this. I really liked it, and it actually ended up with me listening to her version of Kiss by a Rose as well, which was really nice.
Yeah, and this was Marine and Gura's collab song.
Yeah, they did this. This was a cover that they did as well. Originally, it's one of those city pop songs from the 80s, right?
Yeah.
It's just one of those classics.
Yeah, and Miori does an amazing job at covering all of these songs.
Oh god, yeah, it's so good. It is a cover they did, right?
Good question.
Cover Corporation. That's in the name. All right. Any other thoughts on it?
No, really good.
This has been the music segment. Thank you for joining us for the music segment. Now we're going to hop into a short segment of stuff we watched this week that we thought was really cool. Our favorite stream moments of the week. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
You stole my bit.
Gura played Palworld with a Dino Gura mod installed, which was really fucking
Lightning
funny.
quick approval on that one. Jeez.
Yeah. They're getting better about that, approving mods and things, actually.
Fucking bravo.
Because they're allowed to play Lethal Company with mods now, too.
Yep.
So we've seen advancement here. This is good. We like this.
Communication even.
It's almost like they're a tier corporation that pays attention.
Palworld.
All right.
Oh, this was a great time.
So yes, it's a mod for single player. She had to start over, but I don't think she cared because she got to have little dino goobers running around, making sass noises at her, being little butts.
Yeah, whoever made this mod used like random voice clips from Gura for the Dino Gura. And it was so hilarious.
I've seen a couple clips from it. It's really freaking good. One of them clipped by our very own Carlos and sent to me directly.
Way to go, Carlos.
So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that she got to do with here. A lot of just really funny moments. I like the one that Carlos sent me of the two. There were two Dino Guras and they said the same line at the same time. And Gura was like, "Can you imagine if there was like 8 of them?" And yes, I can.
Beautiful.
It's like an orchestra of beauty. So yeah, this was just a fun stream, basically, right?
Yeah, it was very distracting though because apparently part of the mod also just put random fart sounds in a lot of the menus.
That makes sense.
So she would just be navigating menus, click a whole bunch of things in like rapid succession, and you would just hear like 5 like fart sounds go off, and she just lost it every time.
Yes, the humor of a 12-year-old. I love it. It's very good. 14-year-old at best.
What I'm looking for next, though, is apparently somebody. I only saw a screenshot of it. I don't know how real it is yet, but I saw somebody is apparently making a small Ame with a working gun.
Yes, I saw that too. I'm very excited for that
Immense
potential.
pleasure.
All right, any other thoughts on Goober playing Palworld with Goober?
No.
Good job, Gabs. Gabs Goobs. Peo, Gura is a Hololive English talent.
You might have heard of her.
She's only the most famous VTuber on Earth. Peo, whose name I'm blanking on, but she's an indie VTuber, Japanese and English. She speaks some of both. She made sandwiches on her stream. I watched this one. It was really fun. It was cute. She made a peanut butter and jelly for the first time. She made American sandos. And it was really great because she had a little American flag sticking out of the top of her head.
USA.
Yeah.
She loves doing American streams.
Yeah, she did a Thanksgiving stream last year where she she didn't have a turkey, but she had like a rotisserie chicken.
Oh god, that's oh my god,
It was so cute.
it feels weird laughing at it, but it's so cute.
It is. It's just adorable, and she's doing her best. And I love it.
Rotisserie chicken's better than turkey. Anyways.
She liked the peanut butter and jelly, though she didn't have enough jelly at first, so she had to adjust that. Good job. And she had at one point she was like, "I got blueberry too," and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "Yeah, blueberry jelly," and she like brings up blueberry jelly, and everyone's like, "That's not American."
Oh, those people can shut the fuck up. Blueberry jelly's great.
I've never had that.
I've had blueberry jelly.
You're you though. You like culinary experiences and broadening your horizons.
Oh, look how we made jam with these berries. What is this, a 4-star Michelin?
Next thing you'll tell me you've had black currant jam, which is delicious, by the way.
Oh, and that's what's not exotic.
Actually, yeah. Did you know black currants are illegal in the U.S.?
Yeah, actually.
Because they're an invasive species. You have to import that shit from England. It's worth it. She also made a toasty cheese.
Oh, toasted tea sandwich.
Toasty cheese sando.
Was it good?
I didn't get to see her reaction. I had to go to bed.
We are left.
She's
befuddled.
she lives in Japan and she streams at night, and I can't always be awake, and I'm sorry.
Quit your job. Watch her make a grilled cheese.
Yes, that's the next thing. But she was like, everyone was just I think my favorite moment was she couldn't open the jam at first. And so people were just like giving her tips, and she's just like, they're like running under hot water, and somebody said something about fire, and she's just like, oh yeah, fire. And everyone's like, no fire, no. And she comes back with a lighter and is like holding it against the side of the jar, and everyone's just like, no, you're gonna fucking burn your house down, stop it. Oh my god. Eventually she did get it open. It was pretty great. Good job, Peo. Anyways, watch the stream. It's cute. It's fun. She also is currently teasing a small Peo skin version outfit. I don't know.
Model.
Version. Yeah, she announced it during an investigation style stream, looking for a wanted fairy. Mm-hmm. Her outfit was reminiscent of a certain detective from Hololive English. Somebody mentions Ayame in the chat and everything stops because she's freaking out. Ayame retweeted one of her pieces of artwork recently, and she like had a fucking meltdown and like cried on stream. It was awesome.
I do the same.
She was so happy. Yeah, and basically Peo is going through a growth spurt, and for New Year's she tried to hit 40K, missed it by a couple thousand. She hit 40K a few days later, and now she's at 51,000. So which is crazy growth just like that. That's pretty crazy.
She's gone from like 36 to 51,000 subscribers in like a month.
Yeah, so which is great to see. She's super entertaining and cute, so it works out. And again, she's getting a small Peo skin apparently, hopefully soon. So maybe by the time this is out, you should check. All right. Coni Confetti, the clown. Mm-hmm. She did an eating KFC ASMR stream. How did that go, Carlos?
I listened to about 10 minutes of it. I did not get to this one. I just wanted to point out that this is in fact a thing.
Cool, I hate it.
So does she.
Have I ever told you I really don't like mouth noises a lot?
So does she. She hated
Connie,
this.
I never thought we'd agree on anything. What with you being who you are and me being who I am, our paths were never meant to cross.
Clown
but I
to
respect
clown
you.
Communication.
Hey, fuck you! I respect you. That's what I was saying. All right, and then finally, GX Aura has played GX Aura, a talent that is associated with your GX web browser. Has been playing Honkai Star Rail as of today for the first time ever.
Honk honk Star Train.
Yes. I didn't know which joke to make, so I just went for the tap on the shoulder and reassurance.
The tried and tested.
Yeah, basically.
Done and dusted.
I was so excited to see you were playing this Aura, but unfortunately I tuned in for about 5 seconds, saw that for some reason, even though you had just started the game, you were playing the new content that came out yesterday, and I had to stop watching.
I don't think she knew that that's what was happening. I watched her for about 15 minutes. I asked in chat what Persona game this is, and then I left. That was my entire interaction with that stream. So there you go. That's all of our favorite bits from the week, unless Cameron has something he'd like to add.
I watched Rene teach the dogs how to speak Indonesian for a little bit. It was funny.
Anjing?
Anjing.
Dog. One of my favorite clips is Merryweather meeting Kobo for the first time. And he's just like, Anjing days. And she's just like, let's go! And also she has that dumb underwater thing on. It's so good. All right, next up we're going to talk about ourselves and show for ourselves and do some community interaction things. So thank you, Gaming Dreamer, for the comments again on last week's episode. If you'd like to leave us comments, you can do so on our YouTube video version of the podcast. I don't think you can leave comments really anywhere else. You can hit us up on Twitter at SuperChatsPod is where you can find us there. And you can just leave us comments on any of our posts, and we'll probably, we'll see them. But thank you, Gaming Dreamer, for pointing out all the wonderful things that you enjoy about us, like sus content. Also for correcting us and pointing out that Sanrio is the 12th highest grossing media franchise of all time.
What did we say?
We said like second. So
Yeah,
we're a little off.
That's a big difference.
It's only 10. 10 can be a big thing or it can be a small thing.
Well, I know Hello Kitty itself is like massive globally. I didn't know specifically what this one was.
Yeah. Is 10 a lot?
Of grapes? No. Bodies, yes.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. Good man.
Took me a second. I had to think of something appropriate.
So yes, if you would like to leave us comment,
Leave comment here. Website.
you can leave comment on YouTube.
Go.com.
Yes. Would you like updates on what we're thinking, doing, and what's happening with us at all given moments of any given day? Check us out on Twitter. It's mostly me.
It's literally Nick.
It's me. I don't apologize.
Yeah, I stop in and look every once in a while.
Yeah, Carlos does stuff too. It's fine.
I do a lot
It's
of
really
things.
everyone but Cameron. He doesn't like Twitter.
I'm adding my own brand.
That's why we take him out back and beat him. We don't do that.
Yeah, that's a strange joke to lean in on.
Yeah.
On our anniversary.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, it's our 1 year anniversary of the podcast.
It is our
by the
1 year
way.
anniversary of our podcast, of me making jokes about hurting Cameron.
I've been hurt for a year straight. I haven't slept in a while.
I'm sorry, bud. Yes, it is. We've been doing this for a year. Thank you for everybody who stopped by, hung out, and continues to come back. We really appreciate it. And honestly, we're just glad you're out there and hanging out with us. We like VTubers. Do you like VTubers? Cool. Let's hang out.
This year has tried. It has tried to make me not. But this is the year I got Shiori.
Yes. We've had ups and downs all around.
I wonder what she's doing.
What was your favorite moment on the podcast from this year?
What was your favorite moment in this thing you've been doing for a while?
It's hard to, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Podcast brain is a real thing. I learned. Like, you just sit here and talk for several hours and don't remember any of it. It's so weird.
I just clicked on a random episode. It's back when Armis first started up. So I guess my favorite moment is when we roasted Octavio for being venti. Great moment. Loved that moment.
I liked when I was in Japan and I had a week off of the podcast.
That's not your favorite podcast moment.
That is my
Try as you may to make it a
podcast
podcast moment. My favorite podcast moment was when I was at MagaFest.
I liked when I met Bibu for the first time and I was like, that's a rock. That was a good time.
To be fair, I guess I could say my favorite moment in this year was when I met Bay. Full stop.
Bay's great. Bay is...
That was fucking up there. I still think about it every fucking day, which is sad.
No, it isn't. If it's something that makes you happy and brings you joy, hold it close to your heart. That's what I say. Then again, I'm kind of a dork. So whatever.
I think we're all dorks.
I'm okay with that. Carlos, do you have a big moment that you want to...
I got two.
Go ahead.
So one, probably the week we went to Otakon, because it just happened to be the Advent debuted while we were at Otakon.
Yeah. That's also where I got to talk to Uruka.
Yeah.
Which was really fun.
That was a great time for us, because we got to see so much VTuber
and
stuff.
we met Nikki.
Yeah, that was an experience.
That's when we got our fourth member.
Yeah, that's when we got to carry Nikki through the streets of Washington, D.C.
Yeah, in
was
front
a
of all
fucking
kinds of people, like 6 blocks away.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
People had a lot of questions. Did you have another one, or was that?
My other one was actually just Aura stopping in to say hello.
Yeah,
Aura
that was
was
really
fucking
great.
huge.
Aura and Obkatiekat stopping by and leaving comments.
Yeah,
was
and,
just
and much
highlights.
more recently, Katie Cat stopping in. So
So good. So thank you to everybody who's interacted with us. We really appreciate it. And then finally, if you want to chat with us in a more direct sense, we have a Discord. It'll be linked, and then you can just hop that out. It doesn't say Super Chats on the title. It's associated with my my online handle, which is common with a K. So there you go. It's the community. Join it. Hang out. We'll make a little section for the Super Chats, folks, if you'd like. That's up to you. We'll get there. All right, but that's about it. Please review us so the algorithm likes us. 5-star reviews are always really appreciated, especially on podcast services, because they bump us up the charts, and then more people get to expose their ears to our dulcet tones. And then, obviously, if you're enjoying what we're doing, we really appreciate it if you share us around, throw us out on social media, and help us to do more podcast stuff, I guess.
this episode in particular might be a really, really awful place to start. But
Yeah, it's a rough one.
I'm hoping that this will not be a continuous thing.
This year's been real rough since the start, so we're hoping things really take a turn and get better in general here. But aside from that, I think that's all the self-pimping we're really looking to do, right? Anything else you guys want to talk about?
I'm looking forward to getting that new Shy Lily waifu cup that I just ordered.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm still waiting on my Aura cup.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that too.
And now I'm waiting for my Aura plushie as well, so it's all good. All right, and then twitch.tv/common with a K. Kommon. There you go. Past that, I don't got much to share. It's been a rough week, guys.
Yep. That's pretty much it on my end.
Fair enough.
It's been a rough year.
Let's go over. Sweet. Let's go over to our indie focus of the week. The first time we've done one of these in a very long time. And our indie focus is a little indie VTuber that you might not have heard of called Doki Bird, who you should check out right now. Again, I've been a longtime fan, subscribed yesterday when she was at 90,000 subs. Now she's at 280, 290, maybe 300 by the time this comes out. Hopefully a million. She'll be returning tomorrow for us, 2 days ago for you guys. And she'll be streaming. We don't know what she's doing, but we're excited to see her do it. She's making big moves right now. You should definitely go over, drop a sub. She took a hiatus for a few years, but she's come back now. And yeah. Any other thoughts? She got she apparently, while she was away, took part in an EA sponsored Apex tournament. And there's a Square Enix collaboration as well, or was it the same thing? I don't know.
I think that was part of it.
Yeah, Square Enix collaborated with them on Apex
Ah, that's really cool.
for a little bit.
So she got like a cool swag bag from that.
Hence the Nessie
Yeah.
and the Moogle riding on its back. And the Cactar box. Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. So just some quick side updates for her. She's got a new manager who's helping her secure business opportunities and sponsors. She's got a lot of donations recently, and she's super appreciative. She's reached out basically through comments or through chat messages and things like that, and obviously on Twitter where you can catch up with her. And yeah, there's just a lot of positive things. It's a bright looking future. We're excited for it.
I'm looking forward to her debut. I can't wait to see what she's like.
Yeah. She actually said that she has to post 3 more videos before she can monetize. She has almost 300,000 subscribers and 17 videos. So the numbers are immaculate
She's
for
a
this
viral
VTuber.
hit sensation.
Overnight, practically.
So just make sure if you do sub to her to keep an eye on that, because YouTube just loves to purge giant sub gains.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. So keep an eye on, make sure if you sub that you're still subscribed a week from now, basically. Offer as much support as you can for people. That's what I say. And that's our indie focus of the week.
Good
You
indie
guys,
focus.
Any other thoughts, concerns, comments?
No?
Check her out right now. Do it. Birthdays for this week, and then we're getting out of here. Sound good? Mm-hmm. Birthday, February 13th, we got Noir Vesper of Hollow Stars EN Tempest, graduated, retired.
Just keep going.
Rest in peace. Our strong jawline king. February 14th is Izuki Choco from Hololive Japan, Generation 2. Happy birthday. February 15th, we've got Muna Hoshinova from Hololive Indonesia, Generation 1. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And then February 15th, Inami Yoki, who is in India. I've seen a few times in a few different places. Happy birthday. So for the Hololive folks, definitely keep an eye out for merchandise, except for Noir Vesper. He graduated. All right.
I'll make my own.
You go ahead, buddy. Make your own Noir Vesper. You bring it around show and tell next week.
I am Nora Vesper.
No, you are not. We've talked about this. You are Batman. All right.
Hey, guys.
I'm just going to go ahead and cut this off and say thank you for joining us this week. We hope to see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.